So here what I would do is I would enter a order at 132.71 with a stop at 132.36 and a limit or target at 136.17. Place those orders as pending orders into the market, and don't forget that I would also enter a reversal at 132.36, so I would enter a order to sell that market at 132.36. Now let's go back to the Great British Pound JPY. We entered a sell order to sell the market at 146.57. Then we got a buy signal at 147.20 with a stop at 146.73 and a limit of 149.32. So the trade would only trigger if the market moved through the price. Currently we had two orders pending to be filled. We could be going long or we could be going short. As it happens, the long order was filled first. Again, do not wait for the update to tell you you are long. You will see that through your trading screen. The signal that we are long could have occurred any time between 4:24 AM and 4:36. Our system only tells us on the next bar update. The moment you went long, you would have cancelled the other order to go short. It's no longer required. In some situations, you might get another signal where the market has changed its mind again, and you might get another sell order. You might say, I've already one sell order. Yes, you have, but you need to check the values are the same. Sometimes the profit targets and stops will change, so you need to make sure that you double check the values of the entries, stops and limits. The system is dynamic. It's constantly assessing the market. If the market does not do what the system considers correct, it will reassess its first assumption and it will make another prediction. The AUD JPY is a good example. At 3:24 it told us to place a pending buy order at 72.56. Then at 3:28 the system told us to cancel the pending buy order and take no trades. The system looks at risk and it assesses if the trade is too risky. Now in this case it considered the trade to be a high risk trade and it told us not to take the trade. Once this happens, ignore that pair for the rest of the day. Okay, so I seem to remember that the Euro US dollar gave us a pending buy order which we would place in the market at 132.71. Again we place a stop at 132.36 with a reversal sell trade. Now looking at the Euro JPY, we are currently short in this market and we were stopped out and we reversed, so we were stopped out for a loss of 17 pips. Initially we bought the market at 131.91, we were filled, then we were stopped out at 131.74 and our reversal order was filled, so we entered a stop order at 132 and a limit order for this trade. So now this trade will not generate any more signals until the end of the day. That's 9 PM GMT summertime or 4 PM New York time. Until we get a close signal or our limit target is hit, we will not do anything more with this trade. So let's look at the pound Swiss franc. You can see that we were stopped out for minus 29 points. This was because at 3:30 we entered a order to sell the market when it moves down to 168.20. At 3:45 we were told that we were short. Between 3:45 and 4:30 we were stopped out and a reversal order that we had placed with our stop would have been triggered. So then we would have been buying the market at 168.49. So there's simply nothing more to do on that trade until 4 PM New York time or 9 PM GMT summertime. So one of three things could have happened. We will either have hit our limit target, we could have been stopped out, or the trade will be closed due to a timeout signal. So the system will give us a timeout signal to actually close that trade. And that is all there is to do. We've had 2 trades on that currency pair, and that's all we do in a day. Now if we look at the US dollar Swiss franc, we see we are waiting for instructions. We haven't got them yet. They usually come about 1:30 GMT. The same with the US dollar Canadian. Now if we look at the US dollar JPY, we see that at 3.54 we got a buy signal at 99.34. Then the market obviously moved up to 99.34, and at 4 AM we were told we were long. So okay, that pretty much wraps that trade up, and there's nothing to do on that trade except just wait. So we'll either hit our stop, at which point we will reverse, or we will hit our limit and take a profit.